Decades ago, an army was waging war and besieging a castle. A mother is taking over a kingdom, and the guards are trying to hold the gates. Another guard sends them away to protect the king before opening the gates to let the invaders inside. It is an army of orcs, led by Morgaine. She meets her lover but betrays him so that her son can rule Camelot. Merlin meets the man, Jason Blood, and tells him that the woman is a demon. Everything is about to get ruined because of him, and he puts a curse on Jason until the day the demon falls, placing a demon inside. Centuries later, an old man is being taken on an ambulance talking about a castle and a stone. Batman watches from above and breaks into a library. He finds a book about the Philosopher's Stone before he is met by Jason, who is also here to investigate. He explains that the old man is actually 32 years old. The book is about Morgaine, who has returned to claim the stone. She wants to resurrect Camelot and place her son Mordred on the throne, and she's close to finding it. Meanwhile, at a castle, a guard is tending to things when he finds Mordred taking things down. Morgaine comes in to threaten the guard before they turn him into a mindless old man, stealing his youth. They find Merlin's ark, which holds the Philosopher's Stone, but it is empty. Her emerald starts to glow, which warns her of Jason. He arrives with Batman, and Jason senses that she's been here. Suddenly, they are attacked by flying swords and arrows. The armors come to life and attack them, but Batman solos them all. They continue to fight before Jason suddenly has enough and summons Etrigan. He tears through them quickly and saves Batman. They enlist the help of the Justice League, and Etrigan explains that for centuries he's been trying to kill the witch, but she's eluded him. Flash gets on his nerves, but Martian Manhunter suggests he can locate her telepathically. At night, Morgaine is trying to find the stone when her son suggests that the person who found the castle kept it. She suddenly senses the Martian trying to get inside her head, so she plays some grade A mind games on him, sending him into overdrive. He wakes up back on Mars and finds his wife. His home is just fine, and he is taken to see his children. They go home and he's greeted by them, and he gives in. Suddenly, Etrigan arrives to drag his ass out of this illusion. Martian Manhunter believes this is real, but Etrigan beats some sense into him. He wakes up in the real world, depressed from the illusion. He buries his emotions and reveals Morgaine's plan, but Etrigan is up to something. Later on, Etrigan tells Batman not to trust Martian Manhunter, as he had been tapped into by the witch. He also warns about her, as she will seduce them all before betraying them. Meanwhile, Morgaine is draining lives and getting younger, while her boy plays video games. He shows her an article about the castle's discovery, and one of the survivors will have the stone. They pay the first man a visit, where he finds an open door. He grabs his gun, but it's actually Etrigan. Upon seeing him, he gets a heart attack. The League arrives and finds the mess, but the Martian says he'll be fine and that the stone is not here. They visit the second man, who's thriving. Flash says he is a famous magazine publisher and that he holds an annual Halloween party. They try to get inside, but no one believes they're the real heroes, and the bouncer puts his hand on Wonderwoman. He's launched away, and things get tense. Before the fighting starts, the man comes out to check Wonderwoman, and Mr. Hugh Hefner lets them inside. Batman and Etrigan prepare a sting operation for Morgaine, but Etrigan doesn't trust the Martian. Suddenly, Morgaine arrives. She sees through the trick and exposes the Martian. The gang arrives to attack, but she deals with them with ease. She takes over Martian Manhunter's mind again, and Batman pays the price. After getting blasted, Morgaine takes her son and leaves. Etrigan then attacks the Martian and claims that he betrayed them. Batman stops him, but he passes out. This is all the Martian's fault. Later on, Batman wakes up at the headquarters all banged up. Martian Manhunter apologizes and says that this happened because he hesitated in battle. He apologizes for wanting to be with his loved ones, and then we go to the Halloween party. Bootleg Hugh Hefner is trying to show Wonderwoman around, and Flash flirts with her, but he's quickly distracted by a couple of models and abandons Wonderwoman. She digs information out of Hickman, and he shows her where he keeps his stone, the bedroom. He finally shows her the Philosopher's Stone and says that it gave him everything. Suddenly, the ground shakes, and the window is torn off. Morgaine arrives, but Wonderwoman grabs the stone before her. Morgaine turns Hickman into a monster and it attacks Wonderwoman. Meanwhile, Flash is hitting on the ladies when the fight suddenly gets to them. He checks on Wonderwoman before clearing out the rest of the people while distracting the monster. He saves a woman's life, then Wonderwoman steps in to beat the monster and lasso it down. Morgaine tries to snatch the stone, but Etrigan arrives in the nick of time. He orders Wonderwoman to run with the stone while he handles Morgaine. They begin fighting, but she's way stronger than he is. Before she can finish him, Flash saves him and runs away, but she is angry. Outside, Hickman is back to normal. Back at their headquarters, they protect the stone, but we know she's gonna get it. Flash is overconfident, and meanwhile, Martian Manhunter still hears his wife calling him. He's suddenly transported to Mars. He begins to fall for it, but he knows this time that it's a lie. But Morgaine has a trick up her sleeve. Wonderwoman is talking to Batman as she is worried about Etrigan. Suddenly, they are attacked by the ghouls. Etrigan burns them, but they walk through the fire. The rest of the team joins the fight, but they gang up on Flash. More arrive and they get cornered, and Martian Manhunter is nowhere to be found. As he is trying to get to them, Morgaine plays more mind games. Etrigan seems to be the only one handling business, as the rest of the League tries to hold them off. Finally, they all snap at them, but they're overrun. Etrigan tells Flash to run fast around them, creating a whirlwind, and Etrigan freezes them until they shatter. They observe his work, but Martian Manhunter is nowhere to be found, and so is the stone. Etrigan calls them all stupid, blaming them until Wonderwoman slaps him. They try to contact Martian Manhunter, but he turns off the comlink. The team tries to ensure that they'll fix it, but Etrigan doesn't buy it. Finally, Batman says that they'll do whatever it takes. Morgaine tells her son that he's about to receive his kingdom before the clock strikes 12. He wants a castle, and she builds him one around the city, transforming everything. He has a palace and runs off to enjoy it. Suddenly, Martian Manhunter arrives with the stone. He hands Morgaine the stone, but suddenly the team arrives. They all fight, but the Martian is still blinded. The kid joins the fight as they continue to battle. Etrigan tries to wake Martian Manhunter up, and he's finally fed up with him. He takes back the stone, but the Martian explains that Morgaine promised to restore Mars. Etrigan tells him that they're all lies and tries to punch him, but Martian is too slick. He attacks Etrigan back and beats him. Batman continues to evade Morgaine, and the League is trying to survive. The Throne wakes up and attacks Batman, who slashes at it with an axe. Flash catches the kid, and Morgaine makes him pay for it. Wonderwoman tries to catch her, but everyone gets zapped as a result. Etrigan chases after the Martian who's trying to kill him, but he sees into his memories and realizes that he's being played. Etrigan crumbles and turns back. Morgaine orders Martian Manhunter to give back the stone, and plays the same trick, but not this time. Martian Manhunter destroys the stone and says that the price for his family is too high. She can no longer tempt him. Morgaine then grabs her son and vanishes, claiming they have not lost the war. Everything returns back to normal, and the city is turned back outside. It's over, but Martian Manhunter says that he failed them, and he resigns from the Justice League. Jason then interrupts and says that Etrigan was wrong. He wishes that he had the Martian strength centuries ago, but he's destined to walk alone, just like he did centuries ago. We've seen this story before. This was more or less the same story with Jason and Etrigan, as we saw it in Justice League, Dark, and other Constantine projects. We have to admit, Jason and Etrigan are favorites of ours. We love the seriousness and the sarcasm that Etrigan brings to the table. It seems like he's the only one with some sense around here. Also, we love how the story was still unique with a different version of the plot than the one in Justice League. They were both unique in their own ways. Well, this brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this one. Your support helps us grow. And tell me what you think about this story. Do you prefer this story to Justice League, Dark? What do you think about Jason and Etrigan as individual characters? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of them. And if you're watching till now, thank you. I'll see you in another video soon.